Welcome to this week's Ask GCN Anything, where we answer your cycling questions submitted to us on social media. First up this week, we have a question from Angelo Ballas, who says, "Hi GCN staff. I've seen GCN videos regarding do's and don'ts when riding in a group, but what can you do if you're riding with someone who spits like every minute? What's the etiquette on Spitter Alley?" Great question. Everyone's different really when they spit or get rid of phlegm or snot. However, one thing you could do is actually just ask them if they're okay. That way you kind of guilted them into something where I guess they kind of know that they've done something but not sure what. Or just be upfront. Just tell them, stop it, look at me, I'm covered in your spit. Now we've got some great tips for you on how to ride in groups, maybe even point them towards that video. It's just up here.
So many people still insist on not checking behind when emptying the contents of their nose. So, if you're going to deliver a snot rocket, clear your throat, whatever you want to call it, take a glance behind, bit of an indication, away you go.
Next up, we've got a question from Ashley Green, who asks, "I often cycle to work with baggy shorts rather than cycle shorts, as I don't want to parade around the office in lycra. How much of a performance gain do you get wearing lycra shorts versus mountain bike or baggy shorts?" Great question, Ashley. Firstly, don't be ashamed to walk around in your lycra, show it off. Performance-wise, we've never actually done a video on that, but I can tell you something, you're going to save a fair few watts wearing lycra. Also, depending on the length of your commute, lycra is going to be a little bit more comfortable, I imagine. So if you're commuting a fair distance, go for the lycra. Up here, we've actually got a video when we compared a baggy jersey versus an aero jersey. The results will amaze you.
Now we've gone for option number 1, which is the full GCN Pro kit with aero helmet. Option number 2 is a vented cask helmet, and let's face it, a top that's probably several sizes too big and just a touch baggy.
Okay, time for the rapid fire round now. First up, Wolfell asks, "Can't wait to see you guys do the Taiwan KOM challenge. Good news, the guys have just finished. We've heard from them. Actually, we've not heard from both. We've only heard from Cy. So Matt, if you're watching, hope you did okay, mate." Next up from Snake Bounty Hunter. "So I'm 16 and cycling for 4 months and my average speed is 24 kilometers per hour. And I can sustain that for an hour or two. How good or bad am I? Hashtag talkback." Well, Snake Bounty Hunter, what's most important is that you enjoy it. Yeah, do you know what? You're doing all right there, so just keep at it. At that age, it's all about enjoyment. Don't worry about your average speed. In fact, maybe even take it off. Don't worry about that. Next up, Manan Joshi asks, "I have a single speed, 52 by 11 I believe. Should I stay away from climbs?" Yes, I would. Alternatively, Manan Joshi, what you can do, send that bike in to us and we'll get Mr. Tom Last to try it out on our local hills and we'll report back. Next up, Lincoln Smith. 6 months back on the bike after a 7-year break, completed the first 100 kilometers today. How do I celebrate? Well, Lincoln, what I would do is probably have a think about actually your next goal. So mark something in the calendar and look forward to that. Train towards it. Maybe have a mineral water.
I've had at least 8 mineral waters myself. I'm not sure what the others have been drinking.
Okay, next up from Paul D. "I ride fairly intensively for an hour each day, but feel I've plateaued. What steps can I take to progress again?" Well, Paul, what I suggest, stop what you're doing and actually mix it up a little bit. So throw in some sprints, go up some hills, that kind of thing. Actually make the riding a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting, maybe a little bit more painful. Stop riding at that gentle, or maybe not gentle pace. Okay, Steve O.B. "When doing interval training on the road, how should you handle junctions, traffic, obstructions?" Well, the first thing is to be safe and really just use your head thinking about it. Alternatively, find a different route to actually do those intervals on. One where you don't have all of that to interfere. Turtle Guy, this is the last one. Great name, Turtle Guy, big fan of turtles. "Sometimes when I push myself really hard, I get very exhausted and a little nauseous. Is there a method I can do to eliminate this?" Sadly, not really, Turtle Guy. When we push ourselves, that's what happens. Just make sure you're not doing anything too extreme. Stay safe. Okay, and now we've got one from Patrick Klosterman. Patrick asks, selecting the optimal chainring and cassette combination. Thanks, Patrick. That's quite a short and concise one. I'll try and answer it though. Firstly, you need to actually consider your terrain you're going to be riding in. So if it's very mountainous, you're going to look for low gearing, but also you've got to consider your fitness as well. And if you're not particularly fit, or you're coming back from an injury, that kind of thing, and you're riding in the mountains, consider some pretty low gears just to get yourself going and rebuild that fitness. We're lucky actually now that most bikes actually come equipped or are easy enough to convert into a semi-compact or compact situation. So you're looking at a 50 tooth chainring combined with a 36 or a 34. And then on the rear, on the cassette, you're looking at an 11 to 28 or a 30 or sometimes even a 32. So that will get you over most things, and it's pretty reliable and robust, and really is suitable for all kinds of terrain. So it's a one for all kind of situation. More recently, however, is the one-by drivetrain system. So you've got a single chainring at the front and a very wide ratio on the back in your cassette. Cy is going to explain a little bit more about that in this video up here.
For normal cyclists like you and I, there's less maintenance and it's easier to set up because you've only got one derailleur to worry about. It can also be lighter depending on the exact combination of sprockets that you choose to use. It's also quieter. On anything rougher than tarmac, there is no chain slap because that clutch derailleur holds the chain nice and tight. And then personally, I also just think there's something really nice looking, super clean about that front chainring setup.
The final question this week comes from Captain Sexay, who asks, how do heavy riders like me get better at climbing? I'm 2 meters tall and there's no way I can keep up with those little spinners. The good news is you can. Well, maybe not all the way, but with a little bit of practice, you can improve your efficiency, your speed, and probably your technique as well. So what's important is a bit of weight loss, possibly, but you can also improve those things with our tips, Climbing Made Easy.
Instead, start climbs deliberately slowly. Give yourself some time to get into a rhythm, and only at that point, think about lifting the pace slightly. This is very beneficial because not only will the climbs hurt less, you'll probably find you'll end up going faster too.
That's it for another week of Ask GCN Anything. Remember to submit your questions though using the hashtag #TalkBack. And remember to subscribe to GCN. It's absolutely free. Just click on the globe. Now, for more videos from GCN, how about 7 ways to hang your helmet? That's just up there. And 5 bits of tech that the pros should use. That's well worth a watch too. Click just down there.